Hey everybody, Greg Pruitt here with Idaho Dispatch, and I am sitting here today with Senator Christy Zito. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, so real quick before we get started into kind of some policy issues, what specifically do you represent as far as a senator? Which area and which party are you? And which district?
All right, I am a Republican, and I represent Owyhee, Elmore, and part of Twin Falls County. That's Legislative District 23.
All right, so you've been a representative for a number of years, and now you are a senator. So how has that transition gone so far? I mean, we're only on a couple days into the session. So.
Well, I think it's gone really well so far. You know, I hate to think that there's like this huge divide between the House and the Senate, and that's kind of what I was hoping when we decided I would run for the Senate, is that we could maybe make that gap not maybe as big or as noticeable or as important, because the main focus here and the thing that we really need to focus on is that we're all here to do the work of the people. You know, we might have different rules and different ways we conduct that business, but bottom line is our focus needs to be on doing the work of the people and making sure that our state is insulated from all of the crazy that we could see coming down from our federal government now.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about policy. What are your, what do you hope to see out of the legislature as a whole, and what do you want to try and do yourself, or what are you working on for the citizens of Idaho in your district?
Okay, so I am with the other legislators on the conservative agenda this year. We are going to, I think the most important thing we need to do right now is to work on ending and reining in this ability to declare an ongoing emergency. And also included in that is to curtail the executive branch's ability to spend these several billions of dollars that have come in. It's the legislature's job to appropriate money and to decide where the state funds are spent. And that's just not happening. That's just not. And the governor had the ability to call the legislature back in and have them do their job as far as the appropriation. So we need to fix that. We need to make it so that when an emergency is declared, that the governor's powers are limited there, so that the voice of the people are heard. As we've gone around and spoken with people and run polls and petitions and stuff, I'm seeing people want grocery tax relief and property tax relief. So I'm really hoping this year that we can get that done. Oftentimes, there are members of leadership who think that that's their pet and they want it to be done their way. And I'm hoping that they will listen to the rest of us who represent citizens of the state and will honor and respect what our citizens want. Personally, for me, I'm going to work on stand your ground. Again, this year we're going to strengthen that. We need to know that when we're in a position to use deadly force, that we're protected, that we don't have to think twice about our right to be able to do that, that we're not going to be persecuted. Because even if you're exonerated or found not guilty, by the time you go through that whole entire process, you're probably going to be financially bankrupt, your life is ruined, the stigma will never leave you. We see marriages destroyed, relationships, it just goes on and on and on, and we really need to protect our citizens from that. We've seen a couple of different instances in different states this year where it just brings to light the importance of that. I'm working on an anti-red flag law. I think that's also going to be very, very important. And we're also working on something to make our state a sanctuary state. And I encourage everybody to go to your cities, your city councils, your mayors, your county commissioners, and work diligently to get your cities and counties declared sanctuary areas as well. I've got a bill to stop state funding to any abortion provider. Again, this year I've got a group of people that I've been so blessed have asked me to work on that with them, and I'm really excited about that. You know, as a citizenry, I hate to use that word, but just as individuals, when we lose our respect for the very most tiniest among us, our preborn, and now it's even starting to sound like our just barely born, that their lives have no value and no worth and no meaning, we are in a serious situation, and it's time that we worked hard to restore that respect and honor for life at all stages, from conception until the moment of death. So those are just a couple of highlights of what I'm working on this year. And again, I'm always open to input. I always want to hear what you have to say and what's important to you, and I welcome you, to come and observe as much as we can this year. I know that's being changed a little bit because of safety protocol and precautions. But again, this is our house, and as long as we're here and we're respectful and we respect each other and our law enforcement and security people, it's ours, and we have a right to be here.
All right. Well, thank you for sitting down with us today, and we look forward to probably talking to you here in the future and keeping Idahoans up to date on what's happening at the Capitol.
Anytime. It's my pleasure. Thank you, Greg.